Good morning, everybody. Top of the morning to you, even though it's almost afternoon for me. So we're reading through Exodus. Where are we? That part. Is it 16, 17, 18? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so I guess it's 16, 17, 18 today. When I read through the Bible, I don't even notice the chapters and verses. For me, I'm reading an incredibly enriching, changing, challenging history that provokes me into great things and is always relevant to the moment that I'm in. For instance, today is a huge lesson on transition. And that's what was happening with the Israelites. They were going through a transition. They were going from slavery into freedom. They were going from a country that was not theirs to a land that had been promised to them. There was a desert that they had to go through. There was working to earn your keep, to trusting God to provide for you. So there was this huge transition thing that was taking place, and most of us really, we think we want change, but when we get to that point of the process of change, it's like ow, ooh, it's not something that's very enjoyable at all. It's transitions are often very difficult. As we have to let go in order to receive. So we're letting go of what's familiar to us. Even if it's a bad situation, it's what's familiar to us. So we're letting go of that, and we're really stepping into the unknown. Even though we see the end goal, how we get there, that can be a complete mystery. So as we step away from what's familiar, and we swim out away from the shore, there's a lot of mystery that's involved here. There's a letting go of all those things that are familiar, that we've been dependent upon. There is great mystery. How is this going to happen? How are we going to do this? There's a lot of work that's involved. A lot of work that's involved with transition. And can you imagine moving all those Israelites? even just 1 kilometer. Whoa. It's and we're people who like the familiar. So even though you're moving away from a bad situation into a better situation, when the transition becomes uncomfortable, you long for what you used to have. You long to hold on to the old, to the familiar, because it's familiar and it's easy and you're comfortable with that. And so we see this transition, and so we can complain. We can become complainers. We can voice our discontent. We can voice our worries and anxieties and fears, because it's sometimes the stress of the unknown can provoke really terrible things, and it shouldn't. Because it's a relationship of trust. We see here with the Israelites, God is providing them a day of rest. He's providing them with manna, and he says, "Hey, I'm going to provide this all the time. You don't need to store it any other way." What did they do? They tried to store it, and then when he said, "I'm providing you twice as much on the day before the Sabbath," so on the Sabbath, because I'm not giving you anything on the Sabbath, because that's a day of rest. You're going to rest on that day. You don't have to harvest. And they go out and they try. They on the Sabbath they go out just to check it out. So it's this not following the instructions. He's moving them through a transition. It's a transition of relationship. It's a transition of trust. It's a transition. It's huge for them that they're going through. And God needs them to follow all of his instructions. And when he moves us through these transitions, it's the same for us. Sometimes we can panic and try to do it on our own. We can panic and we think we're drowning, so we just grab for anything. But the whole process of the transition is teaching us even more dependence on him, that we're trusting him and we're leaning on him. And it's So the word of the day is trust. Trust in all these things. Trust in the transition. Trust it's going to be even better than what we're coming out of. Trust that He's moving us from glory to glory. It's a trust. It's always a trust situation. Yeah. Listen, instead of complaining in transitions, learn to enjoy the transitions. Learn to rejoice in the things that are transpiring in the transitions, what you're learning in the transitions. That's what we need to do. Yeah, so have a great day. Be blessed. Be encouraged. Move forward. Don't give up. Continue praying for Cassius. Continue praying for Bridget, for Karen. We're going to get there in the end. We have a very faithful God. We do. Continue to pray for my family as we transition, as we move. We were all over at the house last night. The kids are all excited now. Jude wants to move like last night. So, yeah. So you guys be blessed, be encouraged. Have a great day.